Hi, my lovely bumblebees. It's Ethony and welcome back to my channel. And today I'm going to be talking about the differences between Wicca and witchcraft. So before I jump into this topic, please remember that I do not speak on behalf of the entire community, and this is just a short introduction to the differences between Wicca and witchcraft. You can always Google and find out more dates and accurate information in regards to an actual history lesson if you want to further your learning. So what is the difference between Wicca and witchcraft? Which is a perfectly reasonable question to ask, considering they seem to be pretty interchangeable on a lot of places in books, media, and the interwebs. There is a big difference, and boiling it down, Wicca is a religion and witchcraft is a practice of magic and skill. So one is a spiritual and religious actual path, and the other one is the act of magic. So that is basically the answer boiled down, but we're going to have a look a little bit more at those differences. Wicca is a recognized religion in many places of the world, including Australia, yay Australia, the United States, Canada, lots of places in Europe, the United Kingdom, Ireland, and even South Africa. There are many Wiccan churches in different countries. There are chaplains in schools and other universities and organizations, and even chaplains in the armed forces in a lot of places. So you will see in a lot of services for Remembrance Day or Anzac Day, say in Australia, when they lay the wreaths down, you may also see anyone who's a practicing Wiccan laying down a Wiccan wreath for all of their fellow witches who have fallen in service. Many legislation in regards to Wicca becoming a recognized religion happened in the late 1980s and 1990s. There are plenty of countries where Wicca is not a religion, and there are a lot of places where we are still trying to fight to get a lot of legislation overturned. Wicca is famously known for being a non-proselytizing religion. What that means is that you're not going to find Wiccans running around trying to convert people to becoming Wiccan themselves. You're also not going to find anyone going on into different countries and trying to convert people from their pagan roots or their own traditions to Wicca. We simply do not do that. Children who are born into Wiccan families are often given the choice as their own spiritual practice. Wicca being a very open religion, and the fact that many Wiccans have come from organized religions themselves, they like to give the people in their family the choice to choose their own path. Many Wiccan children may be invited to things such as celebrations, but they don't necessarily have to take the same path as their parent or guardians. Wicca also has no centralized authority figure. We don't have a pope or someone that is at the head of the church. Wicca is a religion where you can have a high priestess and a high priest, or have a chaplain or someone in a church, but we are not really into this whole one way of having the voice of God speak, which is like the representation of God on earth. Everyone has the same access to the divine in Wicca. Wicca has had a lot of misconceptions pasted all about it, thanks to media, Hollywood, and history. If you look at the Bible, there is things in there such as like, thou shalt not suffer a witch to live, blinky, 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 bloody, bloody, bloody. So all that kind of stuff has really made it very difficult for a lot of modern witches. A lot of times, because Wicca is a recognized religion, people call themselves witches or Wiccan, they are still painted as being evil. A lot of misconceptions actually do run into the whole we worship the devil thing, which is not true. And because there is a church of Satan that is Satanist, with you look into Anton LaVey. If you want to go into that, have a look, but that has got nothing to do with modern day Wicca. As a matter of fact, Satanists believe that there is no divine intelligence at all. They don't believe in any form of God, goddess, or deity. So it runs at complete opposite of Wicca, where most people see spirit or the divine in many things, especially in nature and the world around us. Basically, Satanists are not Wiccan. Wicca and witchcraft do share a little similarity when it comes to a lot of their practices. because a lot of Wiccans and people who are of a pagan faith, and this may also be someone who is of the Asatru faith or a Druid or any of the other pagan religions, if they are practicing magic, they are using a lot of correspondences that are connected to nature, such as the seasons and the cycles of the moon. And when you get into actual witchcraft, so spells and rituals, you'll find a lot of that syncs up, but it doesn't mean that they are mutually exclusive. Witchcraft, on the other hand, is the practice of spells, magic, and special abilities. Practices of witchcraft are found all over the world. No matter where a person is from, their heritage, you will find that they have got spells, traditions, healings, and things to protect them that go back all the way through humanity. Witchcraft and their use of spells and magical abilities are as different an individual as the actual practitioner. How each magical practitioner uses their skills and ability lies in their own morals, ethics, and within their heart, and what they are trying to do with that magic. Witchcraft does not have just one school of practice. As I mentioned, a lot of families have their own traditions. You may call them superstitions or whatever it may be, but a lot of it is actually based in old folk magic of the region. In many countries, it is illegal to practice witchcraft, and many people are falsely accused of witchcraft, and plenty of people are punished unrightfully or unjustly. There are a lot of very old legislations and a lot of fear around witches in many places in the world. But in some places in the world, witchcraft is so common, it's just like getting your cup of coffee in the morning. You can hire people to cast spells on your behalf or for your family. You do not have to be Wiccan to practice witchcraft, nor do you have to practice witchcraft if you are Wiccan. I know that might blow some of your minds, but it is absolutely true. You can have a religious practice connected to the goddess and god and nature and the wheel of the year and the moon phases, and have no desire whatsoever to cast any magic. It's about your spiritual connection and your connection to deity. It's got nothing to do with magic. But many Wiccans and people who practice Wicca and other pagan religions cast magic as a part of their practice. When it comes to practicing witchcraft, you can literally be from any walk of life, any religion and background. You also don't have to be a part of a group or a coven to cast magic or use witchcraft. The fact that you can be a part of any walk of life to practice witchcraft is what makes it so incredibly dynamic, fascinating, and ever evolving. Anybody can practice witchcraft. Whenever you're engaging in any form of spell or a magical casting or manifestation, you are practicing witchcraft. You do not have to have any special gift or be a part of any unbroken lineage to practice magic. Nor do you have to have any lineage to take Wicca as your religion and spiritual path. So that is a little bit about how Wicca and witchcraft differ. I hope you have found this interesting. Go and Google if you want to find some more information about the founders of Wicca and the history in different areas of the world. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.